Yeah, well, listen to the bummer sometimes. I think yeah, let's just mute this. Let's see. I do have change monitor off. I will mute the sound on this one, of course. I don't want to hear myself. Yeah, it's a little bummer sometimes. It's just when things doesn't work the way you want it to. I actually did put the just mute the sounds everywhere. Yeah, I did. I did stream, but I don't think the feed went through. So let's just. There you go. Yeah, but I will just um, continue where I left off. I did use some manual approach to the luminosity mask, but now let's just do this, and I talk along the way. The technicalities, the technical issues, they are lovely. I love it. But as I said before, you might learn from them. You don't make the same mistake next time. So yeah, I already did finish this one. I will just uh, close the wrong the wrong window. Oh my god. Let's see. I will do it like this. I will mute that. It's muted. There you go. I will go to Photoshop. I will close that. So let's go. Yeah, like I said, I did have some technical issues. I will edit some photos now. You can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. And yeah, if you're wondering anything, need wonders how I do certain stuff, just pop a question in the chat or in the comments and on this video, and I will get back to you. I did use in the first recording where the feed didn't work. I just I did a manual approach to the ambient layers, the ambient blending on my 3 bracketed files. And also, if you don't have Lumencia, there's a way to do that. I will show you that in another tutorial, I think. Uh, just to set it up, and maybe instead use Lumencia, or there's Raya Pro and there's TK Panel. There's a lot of panels for it to do that does the same thing with a minor interface differences, and yeah, some other stuff as well. Lumencia is pretty powerful. You can see there's a lot of buttons that maybe scares you. I use just a fraction of what this panel can do. But yeah, it's quite good. And Greg Benz, who's the creator of this plugin, and also the one I use here, which is the WebShark Pro. He has lots and lots of tutorials on YouTube and many written instructions integrated in the panel. So there's a lot to learn. And he also sells courses for blending and such. And he's a great tutor. He's really good. So if you haven't, check him out. Totally worth it. You can. Yeah, you can get lost for hours if you if you start. Well, I will start by just I will have a little different approach from the last videos. In this case, I will just instead of using just in that case, I did use like an yeah, and a different approach to the ambient layers. In this case, I will actually blend the 3 ambient layers using Lumencia, which is baked in the action. So I will do that first, and then I will show you. So I will do the action. The action aligns the layers. It blends the three ambient files, puts them in a group, creates a highlight protector for these, and then puts that group on the bottom, reverses the flash layers, and put the base flash on top, and the base flash duplicated in darken mode on top of that. So what I have here, I will just show you. If I hold Alt and click on this little eyeball, only the ambient layer is selected. In this case, it's behind a gray layer mask, so it's only 50%, and I will disable that. This is 100%, but with the highlight protector. Actually, in this state of the action, the highlight protector is not yet inverted, but I will disable that for now. So this is the ambient file that I got from using Lumensia. So this is the three layers blended, and I will have later that the highlight protector, I will just invert it for now so you can see. It actually just prevents the ambient layer from showing through on the brightest of areas in this image. I will do that again. I will just enable that again, and I will hold Alt and click on that eyeball again to go back to where I would like to work. I have the base flash. This is the flash that is taken from behind the camera, which produces a kind of flat image, not too much of shadows and structures. And now we have like an angled shot, so you get some texture, some structure, some definition from that flash. But then I will also use often just shoot one from the right and to illuminate this area, and I also do one from the left who's supposed to just illuminate this area. So I will blend these two together, and I can do that in many different ways. In this case, I will just press. I will do it like this. I will create a layer mask, and I will, by pressing Shift and Backspace, I will, in this dialog box, I can fill that with 50% gray, which is it lets 50% of this layer through to the next one. So then in this state, I can see 50% of this layer, the top layer, and 50% of that layer. And then I can just, by choosing a brush that is white, I can remove myself by painting more on this layer. As you can see, I'm not there, so I paint with white to remove myself. I can see that it's a bit dark on this side. We'll see what, yeah. And then I will just reverse my brush. I will press X to go to a black brush, and with 30% flow, just paint myself out there. And now you can see I just painted myself in. I will reduce the size of the brush, switch it to white. So there you go. I do like to, as you can see, like these areas here. I know I can hide that with the other layer, but these are the things you would like to avoid on site when you're shooting, just to get a even slate, even file on with the lights. And then I will select this one, which is the flash base in normal mode with the black mask, so it's hidden. And I will use kind of a low flow, 10%. And then I will just with it's better to paint on the mask. And then I will use a white mask, just remove some of the shadows I don't want with the light from from that layer, like the hot spots and obvious shadows that are created from the flash. Yeah, as you can see, I have a little part of my leg, but it's easily removed with this as well. You can go back and do it in the other one if you want to, but yeah, I don't want it to be too dark. And when I'm happy with that, I just let's see if we can just brighten that up a bit. I'll just tap a bit. I will now take the action and it will group all my flash layers, put that on the bottom, and it will enable the ambient layer, and we can work from there. So I will press this one, which is flash done. And if I just collapse the group, you can see I have my flash here. This is the one we created with the combination when we combine the right and the left flash and with the flash from the camera, from behind the camera. And on top of that, I put the ambient layer. And if I open this up, I have these are the files that the luminosity blending gave me. I have a little punch here, just a little contrast on that. I also have a curves layer on top of that to, if I want, create some more contrast. I can just play with the presets. Like a medium contrast looks good. And this is the highlight protector I use, which is in 100%. It looks like this. And the mask, the black, is where you prevent the ambient file from showing through. But I will put that in, instead of 100, I will put the density to around 50. So if I remove it, you can see that lets more of that ambient through. I think that looks kind of good, actually. There's not much view to talk about here. Yeah, so I will actually disable this and have all the light from that layer show through. All light except I do have a 50% gray layer mask on in this group, which is the same thing as 50% opacity. So if I do it like this is the full ambient file in luminosity mode above the flash pops. I will put that in like 50%. Then I can just paint in more of that ambient by painting white. Yeah, I think that looks kind of good with those frosty windows, actually. I like the ambient light around the windows as well. I don't like these kinds of shadows. The one who creates the harsh line. That is a natural shadow from the light, that it's not going all the way down to the floor because of those drawers. But I can just with a low flow and black brush, I can just paint that away. I think that looks better, actually. Yeah, so I'm just painting around, see where I would like that natural light to show. As you can see here, it gets a bit dark because there's no ambient light showing through. But you can do. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can. You're the master. You're the creator. You can do however you want. Make it look totally natural. Make it look natural, but not too natural. Yeah. Now, if I paint away some of the ambient, you get a lighter part of this frame, and I think I kind of like that. I will paint away more of the ambient. Let's see what what happens in this window. If I can paint away some of that from the lamp. I think that looks kind of good, actually. Let's see what if we can do it like this. If I just disable the layer mask, this is the ambient in color mode, so it just puts the color from the ambient through. Gets way yellow on this side. I don't think that looks good, even though it's natural. Yeah, maybe the flooring. We can remove that color manually instead. And this yellow on the windows, I think that is quite natural because it's like a illumination from the lamp there. So yeah, darken. This is a way to remove the high lights from the ambient file as well. If I wanted to paint, if I wanted the window, for example, I could just paint with white on that. I want to let more of that outside view in. I'm not going to do that now. I think that looks good. So I will press F5 in my case. That's a shortcut for creating a hue saturation layer with the that lowers the master saturation and the yellow saturation. And I will make a selection by clicking with the eyedropper and holding shift to add to that selection. I think I want to remove some of the yellow in the carpet and maybe some things that is bouncing to other places as well. If I press OK, you can see if I disable it and enable it, I think I want a little of that color. Actually, it looks too gray, too fake, I think. So I will go to like 50% opacity, I think. That looks good. That looks good. And now I will, let's see, we do like a stamp visible layer. I will hold Command, Option, Shift, and E to make a stamp visible layer. It's like all these layers combined. And I will go to Filter, Nik Collection, Color Effects. I do also have this in a, oh, it's a new version, all right. Do that later, right? Not now. Hey, welcome to a tutorial where you can where I install some plugins, plugin updates. Let's see. I think that is too much. I think I will have this one. I have a preset in Nik Color Effects, which just I have some glamour glow. I know that's not an architectural. That's more like a portrait filter, but I like the way it kind of like softens the highlights, and I also have some contrast to give this image just a little more punch. And I do use the tonal contrast very low. Let's see. I don't like the color effects. I don't like the interface. I'm sorry, but I don't know about you. I think it just hops around every time I do something. Okay, let's do that. I will cancel that. I will close this without saving. I will remove that one and I will use the action instead, which is F9 in my case. And it will actually do the same thing. It just creates a stamp visible layer. It makes a smart object out of it. And it applies a preset that I like. And the good thing with the smart objects is that you can actually, if you want to change the Nik Color Effects in this case, you can just double click it. And then you can just, yeah, make some changes if you want. Apply another preset, or I won't be doing that now because I think it looks good. And I am not saving my files as with layers. I flattened it now. I have had my chance to do what I wanted, so now I will flatten it. I always try Command Option Shift and L for an auto contrast. I think that looks good sometimes, and if I'm not happy with the result, if I think it's too strong, I can just fade it by clicking Command Shift and F, and then I will fade it by say 50%. And then in this case, I will go to Camera Raw, Camera Raw, Camera Raw. Otherwise, I would just save that and do these changes in Lightroom. It's also exactly the same thing. I usually go for an auto by pressing Command U in this light module, and just play around with the settings if I want. I usually think the starting, yeah, it gets us a good start in the. I think I'll just using the histogram to change the exposure and sometimes the blacks, and I usually just reset the colors because I think Camera Raw and Lightroom saturates it too much. I will do a straightening. Yeah, looks good for now. And I usually also go to the color grading and play with the midtones, shadows, and highlights separately in these little nifty little sliders. And I will press OK, see if I'm liking this. I think it looks kind of good. Yeah, and now I will use the WebShop Pro to save this. Save a JPEG out of this. Puts that in a folder on my desktop. And then I will just close that one. I won't save this now. Yeah, I have some more images open. Let's do the action in a batch, which performs the same action on every open file. I have that as an action as well. It does this the exact same thing as I did before. It blends the 3 ambient layers. It punches it a bit. It creates a highlight protector. It puts that in a group. Luminosity, 50% gray layer mask. Put that on the bottom. Reverses the flashes. Puts the base flash on top, and a duplicate of that in darken mode with the base flash in normal mode. So every other flash frames that I have to work on, the side-to-side flashes and the adjoining room and maybe some window pulls, if I did one of those, it's places between the ambient and the base flash on top. So that's where I work on those. This can actually take a while. So the thing about the action as well, I did in the oh yeah, you didn't get to see it because the stream didn't go through. So I actually yeah, it's so easy to just if you bump your tripod or just move the camera just the slightest, it looks very blurry, crappy, and everything in between. So it's so easy to get a if you're not aligned, it looks bad actually, and sometimes you don't see it before later in the editing, and then yeah, you can just try to manually align it or just start over. And I think it's a good practice to just do it, even if you think that your images are perfectly straight. I do it anyways because there's sometimes some misalignment, and it doesn't look good. Sometimes I don't even see it because it's in like an adjoining room far back, and you can't see it, and you maybe you see it in the listings later on, so you don't want that. So mm, And if you think the batches takes a lot of time, I yeah, they might do it if when you do it everything at once. But I think it's I like more to wait on this action this time where I can go grab a cup of coffee or anything, and instead of do this on every image. I think that just it's just the way I like to do it this way. So yeah, now we have another image with like a I don't know how do you what you call these uh, common spaces. What is this? Not a living room. It's another word for that. Yeah, like a it's allrum in Swedish anyway. With the two adjoining rooms, I have it's like a kids' room here. We have the master bedroom with a fireplace. Then we have the side to side flashes. And then we have our base that is hidden here, but is duplicated and put on top. And the same in darken mode. So I will enable those again. Yeah. So we'll start with this. I will put this in screen. I will do a group out of those two, and I will put that group in screen as well, I think. Maybe just lower the opacity slight. Yeah, to like, maybe I just want a little more contrast, and then I can just make a curves layer, and I can clip that to this group so it affects only that group. And you can do that by holding Alt, clicking, and move your cursors between those layers and click. I usually go for the shortcut, which is Command Option G. Does the same thing, puts that in a group, and now this layer affects only this group here. So if I do some changes, you see it just affects those adjoining room. So I will put like a maybe medium contrast. Looks good, I think. Now maybe I can just let's see. Yeah, we'll put the opacity up to 100 again. And now we have the side flashes. The last image I used the gray layer mask and paint myself out. This time I will make a gradient instead. So I will put a layer mask. I will select the gradient tool by pressing G. I have my white to black, and I will just drag from the left to the right in this case. Or I will, oh. Right, what's happening? Yeah, more like from the right to the left. Let's see if I can just get some little more light on this side with that. Yeah. And then I will go for the flash from behind the camera, the base flash. Just paint in the areas where I think that it looks good. Helps to even out shadows and some highlights that are created from the other flashes. In this case, I will actually take these and put that on top instead, so I don't have to be so careful to paint around the doors. There you go. I don't need anything. Yeah, and I will just press F4 to make next part of the um, of the editing and the action. Maybe the ambient in this one is a bit dark. I do have a oh, where's that layer comp in the action. It creates a layer comp from for different states on the ambient file, which can make it a little bit lighter and a little bit darker. I think I will go for the lighter one in this case, and then just add a medium contrast. I think maybe should we go for strong? Ah, no, or let's go for medium. You can see if I put the ambient layer. Yeah, just paint away some ambient from the floor, just to get that a bit softer feel. Let's see what the ambient gives us here. I like the shadow play from the ambient. Sometimes makes the image look natural. I don't want too much highlights and some too much. It's a good thing. You're the artist. You decide where the natural light should be and where you blend it with the flash and when there's not gonna be anything. So it's a good thing. You're the creator. You're the boss of everything. Real estate, photo editing related. Remove some ambient from that door. Makes it a bit too shiny, I think. Maybe remove that slightly. Stab. Go back and forth. Go back and forth. I do think. Yeah. Look at this. The ambient colors. Oh, gross. Those are gross. Of course, they just. Oh, wow. Ah. But I will remove some yellows from the ceiling by just selecting a color range, holding shift, and just add to the selection those colors. I do like sometimes when just you don't think that's there's yellow in like a gray door, but I actually like to see if it is. And if I do like this, yeah, in that case it actually is kind of yellowy in this gray door. So I like that it got selected. And you can just, if you think it's too much, you can just lower the opacity. You can paint away in painting black on this layer mask if you want to. Not gonna do that. Maybe some here if there's no. Oh no, no, no. Can actually just yeah. Can use a little small brush, the low flow and white. I will paint on this mask and just paint away some of this yellow as well. Ain't nobody gonna know. Ain't nobody gotta know. Yeah, let's go for a Nick Color Efex. Looks good. Flatten it. Auto contrast. Looks good. Go for camera raw. Auto. Bit too dark, I think. No. Bit more shadows. Why? Why am I whispering? Mm. Am I happy with that? I don't know. Looks kind of good. I will sharpen that. Just yeah, it's another angle from the same space. This is the adjoining room. I will press Command F3. I have a shortcut assigned for putting that in a screen mode, that layer, and bring it down. And as I said, like I've said before, sometimes the screen mode makes more of the image lighter. So I will make a rough selection around that and make a mask that is, oh, actually got on the wrong layer. Makes a mask, and in this case it doesn't affect as much. Can actually just paint some away here. You can see that. So there you go. And I have this, and I will, in this case, I will try the gradient approach again. I have a shortcut for that as well. So I just, I can manually paint if there's something that bothers me. But this is not the last resort because I do also have base flash to use. Now I also have a keyboard shortcut to go to this mask as well. So it's in my case it's Shift F1, goes directly to that. Selects a white brush. So now I can just, yeah, there's some reflections in the window from both the side to side pops and the base flash. I think I am going to, I have a shortcut for that as well. Command Shift F4. It creates a curves layer and clips it to the layer below. So I just want to crank that up just a tad. Continue. This shadow actually should be there because there's light coming through the window. But we get that shadow from the ambient file as well, so we don't need to worry at the moment. Yeah, let's go for the next step. The ambient. I kind of like that. It's a dark one. Yeah, we'll paint away some of the ambient from the floor. I think it looks too bright. I like the reflections on those glossy doors. Remove that line. Yeah, I got some more contrast on that painting over there. I will go for a curves to check out the colors in the ceiling. Like 50% maybe. I will go for the color effects. Flatten it. Auto contrast. Like that. I will make a camera roll. I will remove the color. I will actually pump it up a bit on the exposure. Straighten it. So I want some more punch in the highlight and the midtones. And maybe we go for put up on the midtones and down on the highlights. Let's see if we want to do anything with the shadows. Yeah, maybe just raise them a little bit. Actually, yeah, looks good. Sharpen that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and here I had like a dark room, like a dark TV room. I thought it was fun to do this as well. I will. This is my side to side flashes. I like that one. I like, yeah. Now we will do the 50% gray method. Blend and paint myself out of it. Shift F1. Go to the flow is a bit too high, I think. This is the base flash. Paint it where I want it. I don't mind getting this room a bit darker because it is a dark room. I don't like that I did not get this one, the reflections in the window. See, I can't. There's nothing I can do. I don't have any frame for that. Or do I have like an ambient frame? Let's see what the dark. Oh, that's crappy. Yeah, it was very dark, so I had to crank that up, and I lost a lot of details in the ambient files. Let's go for yeah, like a blown out window on this one. I guess. This is the darken. Do I need it? No, I don't think so. Let's go for F4 to make the next step. And as you also can see, there was like this is the ambient file that produces these yeah, it's dust, I think, and that flies in the room and gets illuminated by the light from outside. Easily painted away with painting black on that. I will also paint away from the TV. Maybe some more ambient in these chairs. Maybe just put a little bit of contrast. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Paint white to reveal more of the ambient in these cases, and actually on the windows as well. And then I will paint white to reveal the more. And then I need to paint some more ambient light on the floor. I think if the window's brighter, yeah, more light is coming in. I will actually try to reduce that ugly line. So there you go. So Peter, what if we want like a more black TV? Yeah, funny you should ask. Oh, am I moving some stuff around now? What? No, what's happening? Oh, I think it was a delay on that, right? Ah, gotta wait much darker. What happened? Oh yeah, let's have it. Let's do it that way. No, actually, I will go through. I will go back. I won't be that. So now I go back with this snapshot 3. It goes back to the state. This is the flash is made. And now I will once again press the flash down and restart that little journey that got crooked. I will paint some more ambient on this. I will paint some more ambient on the chairs. I will paint less ambient. I will paint out the ambient from the TV. Maybe some more ambient on the floor. I will paint that way. And I will let more of the ambient through the highlight protector. Yeah. There you go. Not as dark. Yeah, the TV. Should we do something with that? Yeah, I think so. So you see, just take a pen tool or a polygonal lasso tool. If that seems better, I will make a kind of rough selection. I will make that into a selection. I will feather it by 1 pixel, and I have a action for TV gradient, which actually just creates a gradient. And actually, if you look closer, create some grain just to make it more natural. Natural. I don't think that this is doesn't look natural, so I usually just reduces the opacity to like 90, 95. Just send a little of that natural reflections through. I think that looks good. I will press F9 for a Nik color effects. I will flatten it. I will make an auto contrast. I will try the camera raw, the light, control command U for auto. Oh, way too much. I don't like the shadows. Is like I said, it's a dark room, so you have to let it be dark. Now I can see those dust particles there as well. But if we just reset it, no, decent enough, decent enough. Maybe we can just try the remove tool on that. So if I press the J and just try to sample all layers, remove after each stroke, yeah. Actually, it does a good job sometime. Yeah, why not? Let's try the other ones as well. Oh, that was not good. I'll try bigger area. No. Let's go for that. Let's do it like this. You can always try the generative fill with no prompt. so funny sometimes with the generative field that is it has like a mind of its own and tries to put like a painting or I don't like the colors. I will remove that. Maybe we can just create a layer, put that in color blending mode, make a little selection right here, brush, option to collect the sample. I think we need to actually match the luminance instead. Whatever, I'm not gonna work on that so much more. Decent enough. Instead, just sharpen this. Maybe it's like creating some effect, like light. Yeah, so now we have another room. It looks like this. This is the base flash. So this is the adjoining room. I will go quite fast this time because we all need to go to bed, right? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll do it like this. I'll go back to 200, the feather mask, and I will put this in screen. Now I have the side to side pops. In this case, I think it's mostly this layer that is important. So I will put a white layer mask on that and just paint myself out. If I don't see myself, but I'll paint the obvious hotspots out from this side. But I like the direction of this light that hits the sofa and the chair. Yeah. Then I will just go for this one, low flow. Just even that out a bit. Careful to not show too much of that. The shadows under tables and such. You don't want the windows come from the left. You don't want the shadow a shadow cast too much from like it's coming from the camera. It's gonna make an obvious like miscolor. Do it like this. Maybe we could just brighten this a bit actually. Also try that light in mode. No. Yeah. F4. Now I have a little more ambient light to play with. I like the ambient light in this one. I will actually pull down the density even a little bit more because I can always paint out by using black on that layer. And don't, yeah. Let's get some more ambient on this sofa. Here should be quite in shadow. Maybe on this side as well. Natural shadow on the carpet. Get some light where the window are. The window is. I don't like this shadow, as you can see here. I think that looks goofy, even if it's natural. So that I will just fade out. Yeah. F9 for naked color effects. Looks good. Let's reduce some orange here. Maybe I will select the seeding as well. Let's see what that gives us. Yeah, like that. Flatten it. Auto contrast. Camera raw. Auto. Reset color. Straighten this. Yeah, good enough for now. Maybe just remove some of the orange here. I can, if I want, just yeah, it looks good actually. If I want only the sofa, not the blanket be selected, I can just paint out a bit with the black brush on this one. Yeah. Here you go. I will sharpen that. Close it. Yeah, it's from the other side. Now I have two flash pops in the adjoining room, the movie room. Let's lighten that, or maybe screen that. Yeah, screen. I will group that. I will screen that again. Or maybe lighten that. Yeah, let's try lighten. And then we have our side to side pops. I think I will. Yeah, we'll hide this layer. Paint myself away by adding a layer that I hid. Let's see if we can get, yeah, get some less reflections in the surfaces here. Shift F1 for the base layer, low flow. Some of the shadows. Yeah, go for the ambient. Go ambient, go ambient. Paint in some more ambient where I see fit. Usually looks good on furnitures and with ambient. Now go there. Let's see if no. Sometimes in some cases, yeah, I can just maybe paint with a low flow to remove some of that orangey on the chair. I can use sometimes you can use the ambient for that. It's great. Yeah, good. A little too much, 50% maybe, 30%. Camera roll. Auto. Good. Less color. Thank you. Straighten this. Maybe I just up the exposure a bit. Let's see. Do we want some more midtones? Yes, we do. Should we pull down the? Sometimes you can just pull down the midtones and just up the shadows a bit to even out the contrast. for that. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, here's a tip: if you come across a room that is how do you call it? It's kind of narrow and long. What I usually do is I take instead of go yeah, in this case the door is in the on the side of that room. So if you take like an angle shot from the door, it's going to look like a long corridor. And instead, I usually do take two frames in that room, straight on shots from one from each side. So this is one. I will do like this so you can see better. So this is one, and this is the other one. Yeah. I will start with this though. Here we have like the adjoining room. I don't know if I need that. Yeah. Yeah, let's blend them all together and see what happens. Yeah, somewhere like that, right? That's the group, and I will make that in the screen mode. Now I have the left to right. I will use a gradient this time. Shift F1 to get to the normal base flash. Just paint away some of the shadows. And as you can see, there's a shadow from the base flash that's created from the lamp. I will remove that by painting away that layer. Yeah. As little reflection as possible in. Let's go for low flow. Yeah, like that. Yeah, and then we go for the ambient. What happens here? We just let's go for 50%. Let's paint away the ambient here. Get some more ambient in some other places. Like it's coming from the window. Don't like that big reflection in that. Some is okay, I think. So do we have some ambient light on this side? Yes. That's a good thing with blending ambient files, because even in the ambient files you have like one that is correctly exposed from inside this room. Sometimes it will be dark outside of the room in the adjoining room. And you can always, if you blend them together, there's actually some light you can get from every image, every layer. So yeah, good. I will reduce some yellows in this little fella here. Let's go. Like 50%. Good. Any color effects? Maybe reduce the opacity a bit. I will flatten this. This is auto contrast. Fade that 50%. Camera raw. Auto. Yeah. Doesn't matter the color. I think actually I need some color in this. Let's do the vibrance. Yeah. Okay, so last one. I think this is some attempt for a window pull. I have a shortcut for that. I have it on Command F1, and it will actually just create a layer mask, a black layer mask, and put the layer in darken mode, and go down one step. So now I have my two side to side. There you go. Let's see what base flash can do for us. Paint away some of the shadows. Yeah, that's unfortunate. There's something under the bed. I don't care about that now. Let's see if I also have a shortcut that puts that window pull on top. So it's a Command Shift F1. Let's see if there anything we can use from that. Not much, right? F4, the gradient lacks a little contrast. Let's see if we can put some contrast on that ambient. Yeah, on this, let's see. Yeah, we just want a little darker windows. We can use the flash darken instead of this. Now we'll paint a little more of the ambient on the bed sheets, I think, and on this, just to give that a little more natural punch. Maybe some on here on the wall as well. Oh, not too much on that mirror. That yeah, there you go. Oh, perfect. We have an auto contrast. I will fade that 40%. Camera auto reset color. Yeah, maybe bump it up a little bit. We have a straightening. I'm doing a full, decent enough for now. There you go, and I will sharpen that. And we are done. And except for the little stream issues in the beginning, where I actually taught you some new stuff, or maybe not new stuff, but other stuff. Yeah, I got lost along the way. I guess I have to. I don't have to, but I guess I will do like a follow-up video on that. It's a good thing to know, even if you don't use it all the time. I have my yeah. These are the images we worked on recently. I will select them all, hold Option and space. Look at them. Yeah, I think they look pretty good actually. This might be a little bright, but yeah, why not? Good enough for a realtor, I believe. And hopefully even the ones who are selling the houses is not gonna argue. Well, it's been fun. I am tired. I will end the stream now. 1 hour 30 minutes. Way way more than enough of me talking to you. If you see this, thank you so much. I would really appreciate if you subscribe or put like a thumbs up. I would love that. And if you watch this, you're a hero. Thank you so much. I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.